What's up, fellow Age Groupies? Welcome to a bonus episode of the Age Groupies Podcast. I'm Mike Ergo, and along with my co-host Lindsay, Hiken, we're here to talk to you about all things related to endurance sports from an amateur athlete perspective. We talk about how to have fun along the way and to stop taking ourselves so seriously all the time. You all can follow the show on Instagram at Age Groupies, join the Age Groupies page on Facebook, and look us up by name, Lindsay Hiken and Mike Ergo on Strava. If you have any questions, comments, or topic ideas, hit us up, agegroupies@gmail.com. And if you like the show, leave us a rating and review on iTunes or wherever you get podcasts. It helps us get this podcast out there. All right, guys, today's episode is a special announcement. I got some big news to share about my plans for 2020, and where better to drop it than with my awesome co-host, Lindsay. All right, guys, hope you enjoy it, and let's get to it.
So, okay, well, I'll start us off. Welcome to the Age Groupies Podcast, everybody. I am here with my boy, Mike.
Hey.
Hey. Before we actually jump into today's topic, I wanted to say something to the listeners just for clarification's sake, which is that I got a job. It's the job that I was hoping to land when I finished my MBA. It just sort of like materialized. The universe just was like, here you go. And wasn't looking for it, but there it was. And so excited and so grateful. But what that means is right now I'm super busy just on the ramp up at a new job. And I have to go through some certification stuff, which I'm studying for outside of work hours. So if you are wondering why this podcast had months of episodes of just me interviewing people, then me and Mike together for a long time, and now mostly Mike and a little bit of me, it's because Mike and I are co-hosts, but he is graciously stepping up and filling the gap. And when I can't.
Don't worry, Lindsay's not leaving us.
No, I will be back in full force. But right now, and I have to say, based on the feedback, I don't think you guys are missing me at all. Everyone seems to be super happy with what Mike's doing, but I just wanted to explain why I'm not on. I'm only on maybe once a month or something right now.
Well, these are my favorite shows because I hear myself talk all day long. That's what I do for a living. But getting to talk with you, this is the most fun for me. So I'm glad we're back together.
Yeah, me too. So today's topic's all about you, Mike.
Oof. Do we want to get right into it?
I mean, why not?
Yeah. So big announcement, Age Groupies. Mike's going to Kona in 2020. And I'm going to be carrying a flag for the Gold Star Initiative. So in case that marathon wasn't hard enough in the Kona sun, I'll be hoisting the flag for very good friend. I'm so excited about this. I'm just pumped. I'm still trying to just let myself believe it's real. But I'm going to Kona October 10th, 2020. Going to be racing for the Gold Star Initiative, carrying a flag in honor of a Marine who was killed in action in 2004, a guy by the name of Nick Anderson. And I'm very good friends with his mom, Lisa, who is the co-founder of the Gold Star Initiative. And so this is it's so special because, Kona is awesome. Kona's awesome. It's just by itself, but this is something I've wanted to do for a long time, ever since I met Lisa back at Super Frog a couple years ago. Right before I headed out to Hawaii in 2017, you've talked to Michelle and you've seen the people who have been part of the Gold Star Initiative, especially for the families, and see what it means for them.
Yeah.
And to be able to do this for someone I really know and care about is going to be such a fun thing. So, yeah, the journey and the training begins.
And we're going to put information in the show notes. Mike does have to raise funds, so we need your
just
help,
a little bit. I only need $30,000, you guys.
That's it.
So that's it. So if anybody knows Steph Curry, just hit him up and tell him, hey, a little drop in the bucket for you, man.
Hey,
this guy's trying to get to Kona to carry a flag.
That's right. I have no doubt that you're going to do it. And my contribution will be donating, and then I'm going to be selling my old butt on the street so I can make the extra cash to come and spectate, Mike. Yes. That's what I'm going to be doing.
Yes.
I think it'd be so fun.
It's going to be cool to see out there. And it's a fun race, but oh my God, my body has never hurt so bad when I when I raced in Kona in 2017. That run was the hardest thing I'd ever done after, since getting back from Iraq. I remember that by far. And part of it was because I raced my first Ironman, Santa Rosa, just a few months before that.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, there's not too much turnaround time at all. And it was a complete surprise. I wasn't planning on it. I didn't know. But of course, I'm not going to say no to that.
So are you doing all your efforts in terms of training? I mean, are you just putting all of it towards Kona in 2020? Yes. We're not doing races and full Ironman.
Yeah, Escape from Alcatraz is going to be fun. And then I'm got to most likely 90% sure I'm doing Ironman 70.3 Santa Rosa.
Sure.
In May. But yeah, that full is way too close in July now that they switched the dates again. So plus I'll be there spectating. Yeah.
No, that's great. And I think that's a smart move. And I'm so excited for you. And I'm definitely going to do my best to be there spectating. I think it'd be amazing. And Age Groupies, we really encourage you to either, to definitely donate and to also come and spectate. That would be so fun to have an Age Groupies crew at Kona next year.
Oh, that would be cool. Anyone who's ever raced knows how much it means to have people there supporting you. And have people in your corner. It's that's what gets you through the tough stretches.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Wait, and for people who remember earlier this year when I had a sprint triathlon fundraiser in a gym, we're going to be doing a few more of those. So the dates will be coming. soon.
Oh, fun!
So people who want to actually participate in being part of this journey, that will be a fun thing we can all do. So get ready. The dates are coming. I'll have that all for you.
Awesome. So the registration goes towards the
Ironman Foundation and my fundraiser. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's really fun. Okay. So what are I know your goal is to raise the funds and do the race and carry the flag. That's the main thing there. Do you have any personal goals in terms of?
Oh, I have a huge personal goal.
Okay. Let's hear about that.
That was not to get second-degree burns this time. Oh man, especially when I had a sunscreen company in my corner, giving me the sunscreen for free, I still managed to fuck that up royally. And I will tell you how this happened because I know how to put sunscreen on. If I had not known that, my people would not have survived, past like 15 years. So I put the sunscreen on right after the swim because I had this. Here's the thing with Kona. They want you to use reef-safe sunscreen, so you're not damaging the reef.
Yes,
and
that makes sense.
The Zealios, so for everything good about it, didn't have the reef-safe rating yet.
Okay.
And so I said, okay, well, how about this? I'll just wait until I'm done with the swim, then put the sunscreen on, and that'll work out just fine.
So when you're panicked and transition and trying to go as fast as you can to get on your bike, that's when you're going to rub it all over?
Exactly. And I was in the tent, and people, were lathering me up with a sunscreen, but they were using their own. I had them use Zealios before I went on the bike, but it didn't absorb because I didn't give it enough time. Yeah. So horrible timing on the world stage. But you know what? Live and learn. I have to fuck things up pretty hard before I learn how to do it right. So.
Amen. I know that.
Yeah.
So are you going to find a reef-safe version you can put on the night before for a layer, and then maybe do the Zealios when you get out, so that you've got some, a couple layers of it to go through? Or
here's what the pros do: you night before a race, take a shower, clean yourself off, and then put a thick coat of sunscreen on all over. So when you wake up in the morning, you just put a light coat because all of it's already absorbed, so you don't need as much to go in. I'll do that. The other thing I'm going to do is have the UV arm protectors on. Mm-hmm. So because
you need one for your
getting
head.
To the run and knowing your arms are on fire, no, not good at all.
No, you need. What I was saying is you need one for your head.
yeah, exactly.
Like you need some sort of.
I'm not going to be the guy wearing that stupid fucking safari hat, where Lawrence of Arabia has the big flap in the back.
Oh my gosh. Well, you could get some sort of you could just sew one of those onto your helmet. Not quite as aerodynamic with the flaps, but
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting.
Yeah. So other than that, though, I think to have my race day and race week routine dialed in, it was very easy to get overwhelmed by all of the pre-race stuff happening in Kona. It was so easy. And I had to do a lot of media stuff, and I love doing it, but it takes a lot of energy.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of energy being in the sun like that. So I'm going to minimize all the walking around. And, you know, if I am doing, whether it's media stuff or getting my bike fixed or whatever it is, I'll be sitting down in the shade, you know. So experience what I can, but not run around like a fool and wear myself out before race day.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah,
absolutely. So this is an advantage. I just now realized of being like a true middle of the road age group racer is that there's no press. You don't have to do anything. You go get your check in and you're basically done. Put your bike in transition and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Stress-free environment.
Definitely stress-free.
Oh my gosh, Kona, I am so excited.
I can tell you stories all day long about all the cool stuff I saw, and, you know, do a whole podcast on that, I'm sure. But it was surreal to, you know, be warming up before the race and stretching. I was pretty focused. My mind was right. I'd done the mental work, you know, I'd done the physical training, and I knew that I just needed to concentrate on the mental work and get my mind right. So I was meditating for about 10 minutes before I went and lined up at the swim start. And I opened my eyes, and Jan Frodeno is standing right there stretching. I'm like just a few feet away from him. I'm like, holy shit, I've watched this guy on TV a lot, and he's so good. And he's like right there by me.
I mean, I can't wait to go see all the people, mostly you, but also these amazing people I've seen on TV, and just seeing how it's done at that level. I think it's going to be amazing. And also, I can't imagine being on the race course though with them. I mean, I would just be geeking out and not even racing my race. So
yeah. Well, I think my exposure to them on the race course is like
Middle.
heading up on the bike to Havi and seeing them going like 90 miles an hour downhill, you know, past me. Like, I think that's Jan Frodeno.
That's true. Good point.
Yeah. And then, like, as I'm bringing my bike into T2, hearing them announce that Daniela Reef has just finished and, you know, won for X amount of times, I was like, well, got a few more hours until I get my attaboy from Mike Riley.
Okay, so not getting second-degree burns is definitely a goal. Any pace goals or anything like that?
I'd like to get under 12 hours total.
Yeah.
It's an ambitious goal. I think the closest I've gotten so far, because it would be the fastest I've gone, except from my very first Ironman in Santa Rosa. I think 11:56 is my record. Okay. But that's a goal that's going to help me just notice the progress of my training. Right. So it's if I'm improving on the bike and the run and the swim. Yeah. And my transition times too. Yeah. So I worked pretty hard to cut those down and see what I can do to minimize time sitting in transition. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So those all add up. So that's my physical goal. But my other goal is just to be there every second on the race course and just be exactly where I am. And I was able to do that pretty well. On the run, I was hurting so badly that my mind went really dark for a while, and it would be nice to have a more enjoyable run. Right. So we'll see, though. Yeah, either way, I just want to be there and soak it in and make it a special race, too, for Lisa. Yeah, no, I think that's awesome. And it will be because of what you're doing. I mean, that's the awesome thing about tying a bigger why to your racing than just the personal challenge is that no matter what happens on race day, the fact that you're showing up, you know, to carry that flag, well, first of all, I think it'll help you get through the race, even if it's a little bit harder than you anticipated or totally stuff goes wrong. But the other thing is, like, even if no matter what happens, the fact that you got through, you know, showed up and were ready to go with your flag is a win. Like, it doesn't really matter how well the race goes or how fast you go because you've got this higher thing. And so I feel like that's such an awesome thing because it's like
some people's race is dependent on their performance only. I mean, a lot of people, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But if the performance falls apart, then you're like, oh, I'm left with nothing. Whereas you're just like, whatever, I had to walk, but I was carrying this flag and that's what I was there for. So who cares? Right. So,
Yeah.
Not
Well, it's
that-
sad to see a fellow, age grouper out there finish a race and have that miserable look on their face, like they are just so mad because,
yeah.
I mean, this is like we're alive. We get to be part of this awesome sport. And
Yeah.
tell me where you can find a more positive, uplifting, exciting community outside of a cult, So
Right. Where we don't have to like escape by, in the dark of night to get.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So to just because you didn't hit a personal goal, to have that ruin your day and the months of training that lead up to that it's a bummer to see. So it's I like tying it to a why and tying it to maybe a more long-term purpose too. Like I want to be doing this until I'm in my 70s, maybe
Oh my
even
gosh.
longer.
Well, if I'm still alive, then I'll be excited to watch you on TV. Like, here he comes, the flag late at night. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
So I like to have, like you said, a time goal for yourself. And I think for me, it's like important to have those sort of markers set up for my training so that I know like what I need to do, or my coach knows what I need to do in order to sort of move my fitness level, along, and so that I can improve my performance. But then like, for me, the best thing to do is to focus on the training. And then like the week before, like when I start taper, to let go of all of my expectations about my performance.
Oh,
so
that's
like
a good way
kind
to
of
do it,
focus
yeah.
on my performance during training.
That's
be
a
really
really
focused.
good
Like
way.
I want to do a 11:45 Ironman. That's my focus. The week before Kona happens, who cares? Because you can't do anything about anything at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like you said, like the only way to really enjoy the journey, the only way to really enjoy the race day is to be present. And for me, focusing on my time and getting worried about whether or not I'm going to make it time completely takes me out of the like being present.
Yeah. I had that battle with racing in China too. I just had this 6-hour time I wanted to be under. And it took a little while to let go of it. When I let go of it though, and just said, hey, I'm pushing myself pretty hard and I want to enjoy where I am and actually be present, let go of the 6-hour time. Much better race.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's not to say like, for those of you who just feel like it's, you're uber competitive and it's not to say that you can't push yourself on the race course or go fast. It's just that if you spend your whole time looking down at your power meter or your watch or whatever, and just being like, I need to pick it up by 30 seconds, then you're missing the point. You're missing the thing.
Yeah.
You're missing it. The thing you've been waiting for and training for this whole time, you're missing. So, but for me, if I don't have a specific goal in mind in terms of my physical performance, the training gets wonky because I'll have be like, today feels like a yoga day, which has nothing to do with what I need to be doing, so I have to have some sort of like physical goal.
Right. There is that balance, and I can't put my finger on exactly how you do it, but I think you're pretty close to how I would like to put it there, is have the time goals in the back of your head to drive you forward, but then keep your why at the center of,
race day is all about the why.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I think the motivational part, I feel like for me, the mental part of it is the why, and the performance goals are linked really to my physical, training and what I'm doing. But the why is the sort of like part that's going to help me mentally get through a dark, like if I trained well, but I'm still in a dark place on the run, that training is either like, it just is what it is. But like the why is what gets you through that dark spot.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, just hoping for a time in itself when you're really hurting, like swim intervals or sprints or whatever it is. It's going to be hard to keep up with that. It's to take that why is kind of, you can have it sitting in the back of your mind as you do that. And I think that helped me push it through a very tough strength workout today. We'll talk about all that off-season training and the off-season in another episode.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's good.
All right, everyone. That concludes today's bonus episode of the Age Groupies Podcast. Lindsay and I kept talking and decided to make it a whole nother episode. So you can check that out next week right here on Age Groupies Podcast. For those of you who want to contribute to my fundraising campaign, the link is in the show notes. Check it out. Please share this with your friends and family who are looking to make an impact in the lives of Gold Star families and veterans through the Ironman Foundation. Lots of companies are doing matching donations, either 1-to-1, 2-to-1, sometimes 3-to-1. So check that out, you guys. See if your company is one of those that does matching donations. And you can double or triple the impact of what you can contribute. Need a lot of help to get to $30,000, guys. So I appreciate anything you guys can do. All right, Lindsay and I will be back for another regular episode of the Age Groupies next week. So keep up with your training, and we'll see you then.